Hello everybody, my name is Ryunn Eldred and welcome to Slay the Princess. Now this is a relatively new game to me. It was heavily recommended by my good friend Milo, who actually went out and bought the game for me, so big thank you Milo for buying this. The extent of what I know about this game is it deals with time loops, and for anybody that knows me personally, you will know I'm deeply fascinated by multiversal, time loop-esque style of storytelling. I find it very, very fascinating, like the new Until Dawn movie, Groundhog's Day, that one episode of Supernatural, etc., etc. We're going to jump into a new game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Also, for those of whom who don't know, I actually very much enjoy visual novel games. I've been playing them since high school when I was first introduced to Karawa Sojo. But, yeah.
You're
Continue
here
on.
to slay her.
I'm gonna talk a lot in between
it will
stuff
be the
as I
end
kind of
of the
reflect
world.
what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling at points in times. So, explore the end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward? Okay. To offer Monarch Viva la Revolucion. Silently continue to the cabin. Turn around and leave. So, we do hear the narrator. In the storytelling aspect, we could look at it from one or two ways. Do we, the player, acknowledge the narrator in this scenario? Are we just the person viewing the story, or are we actually in the story reacting it out? So, let's see here. Which choice do I want to go with first? So a game that's called Slay the Princess, you would assume the main point is to slay the princess. You want to go in and kill her. Done and through. After playing games like Doki Doki Literature Club, which was another visual novel game that dealt with a homicidal character of the game, and then playing games like the Stanley Parable, where the narrator was a crucial point in this, and knowing what little I do know about the game, I'm going to challenge the narrator first, because in my natural disposition, if I could hear his voice, I would do it. So a lot of these answers lead me to believe our character can hear him. So let's see here. Have you considered that maybe the other reason she do? Yeah, let's go with this. Because she is locked up. That makes perfect sense.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Alright.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Alright.
Before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Hit me with
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
So, causality doesn't matter here. So, what leads to this point doesn't matter. That is a good tidbit of information I didn't pay attention to when I was checking out this game. We are not particularly told in this perspective that the princess is what will bring the end of the world. It just says if she leaves, the world will end.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Forget I'm not doing this? Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Tell me what to do. Sweet. Okay, so these options stay. A lot of these options stayed the same, but this one is new. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
Kinda,
If anything,
depending on the
slaying a princess
situation.
is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Depending on the context, a queen also provides structure in your government and or like monarchness. I don't know. I don't know how to word that. What is with all the fucking spiders and everything just running rampant in my fucking room? I've never seen a pure white spider before, and that scared me more than anything. Okay, so as I was saying, the end of the world. What are you talking about?
The end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. Do you have any evidence to back this up? That is a very good one.
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
But how could she be?
Linger on the specifics.
But the specifics is what makes the context of this, because the morality of killing somebody, killing one to save hundreds, the specifics kind of does justify the means. Forget this. Have you said? Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I have the chance to meet her face to face. What happens if we do go rational?
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Huh.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
But see, now the narrator...
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Exactly, in the natural mentality of the hero. That is the hero's role. Typically.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Ignore him. But that was the voice of the hero. Us, the player character, right? Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table.
I'm not even gonna lie, I'm so afraid of the spider crawling on me right now. It is more horrifying than this game is.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I will take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Alright. Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
God, that voice.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Alright, so this is the voice of the hero. Us, the player character. Presumably.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi! Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Let's just say hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Huh.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
That's fair.
Don't you dare.
Don't tell me what to
It's
do,
fine.
narrator. I'm
We
here
can
to
decide what
pick
we
my
want to do
own path.
after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
That is fair. That is not the path of the hero. Drop that shit.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
The way she phrases her sentences.
Against your
God,
better
those
judgment,
golem eyes.
you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Alright, give me 1 second. My cousins messaged me. Okay.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you are supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay. So let's just be outrightly blunt. And
Don't
drop
just
that.
tell her that.
I will. I'll be straight forthcoming.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
They have not. They actually repeatedly deflect me answers to that question. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping... I'm inclined to trust you more than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully soon.
Look at those puppy dog eyes. Look at those
How
Gollum
sweet.
puppy dog eyes.
Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
I'm inquisitive.
Fine. What do you want to know?
I'm just gonna be blunt. I'm inquisitive. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
But I can't trust you either because you are keeping stuff from me. You both are systematically keeping things from me to keep me in the dark. Down here.
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Fair.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
See,
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
she does
She isn't
convey a
suggesting what I
mannerism of
think
being in control.
She's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Yes, I'm here to slay the princess. I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
I'm sure it's not, because upstairs was a singular room
Doubtful.
with a wooden
Whoever
table.
locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Are there any ideas besides getting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She is just so,
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
thank you, nonchalance about
If we
the
were stuck
ordeal
down
of
here
it.
for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything
She
to
would do
finally be
perfectly
free.
fine in a saw trap.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
And now we're locked in
Is someone
here.
else here?
Hey, let me out.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
So the narrator locked us in.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They did.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment,
God,
you place the
slitting
blade
her
against
wrist
the
open
princess's
like
arm,
that and then just having
above
her
the
stare at
massive,
you all puppy dog
unyielding
eyed.
chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to
That
crack
is the
bone.
face of
She pulls the
severe
bleeding stub
trauma.
of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Like
She didn't so much as
severe
utter a sound.
trauma.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked
No,
door.
we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
I have some disgusting looking
Wait,
hands.
this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Slay, 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 slay. Warn.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Slay, 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 resist, slay, slay, slay. Okay. Let's go to resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Huh.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
It was. Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I get a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing here? Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Alright, so now we have an
I'm inclined to
additional
agree.
voice.
If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two
Smart.
very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Alright.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
That is semi-true.
The
Yes.
absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do. Which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
The three of us. So, okay.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
I like that reasoning.
Sure you are.
So we are a character.
Anyway,
the
I
voice
believe
of the
your second
hero
question
is
was,
a character.
"What's the point of doing
and the voice of
anything?"
skeptic is a character.
If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Kinda does.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Wouldn't matter, because I'm dead.
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Exactly.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. No, I'm talking in facts.
Damn it, I skipped. Explorer, let's talk about the princess.
Just be quick about it.
Fine, I will. The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her, and all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world? Ooh, these are two good questions.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things. Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
So I'm the chosen one.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Yes, right. We're here because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin. She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Says you.
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for?
What?
Literally anything.
Quite literally, yes, anything.
Fine. Check your pockets. You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
Okay.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting?
And why would we write it?
I wish I
to
could tell you more,
ourselves?
but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side. You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Because the skeptic was
Exactly.
killed.
Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get. if you don't mind. The whole world is waiting with
I'll
bated
save
breath
that
for you
for
to save it from ruin.
different loot. We'll go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
We did.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Absolutely, narrator.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Alright.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I know that. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
He definitely did not. Does the mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
But we clearly see a mirror.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I think you know what we have to do.
What is the point? I want to look at. Why would you lie about that?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely.
Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again?
Yes, I'm sure, and I've already got a plan for that.
Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world-ending monstrosity your only weapon, because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon.
Peachy, we'll be fine.
Okay, I'm trusting you.
Hey, don't I get a say here? What's the big idea?
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the...
Thanks. I mean it.
Inside the basement, once again, the mirror disappears.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
So
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
You walk down the stairs
She
and
has
lock
more
eyes
chains.
with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
So much for cutting her out of here.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
So who does she
Have you
address
noticed the empty
directly?
chain
Does
on
she
the wall?
address one of the
Odd
voices
that in a place
or
where everything
me?
seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to... Let's sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
To be safe.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? That other chain on the wall. Who is it for? What would you... Ooh, that is such a good question. What would you have me do? I think I'm just going to leave you here, actually. You're not much of a threat to anyone locked up like that. Bye. Slay. God, those are two so good questions. But I do, in this specific run, want to know more about the time loop.
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So we both
I guess
remember.
what you said back in the woods really was true.
Told you, narrator.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
Okay.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Okay.
A contingency for what?
For you failing. Obvious.
Alright, everybody. Sorry about that. I am officially back now. Let's jump
Now,
back
hold
into
on.
this.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
Because it's all a game to the
And
narrator.
Maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it.
So
You're
if we
lucky.
made the
So
same
don't waste that luck by
choice
messing it up again. All right?
again, would he
Moving
still
on.
make us try
Why
to
is
kill
it
her?
important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Alright, but what does she want?
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
I'm not daydreaming, I'm talking to the voices in my head. You were asking about my intentions earlier. What do you mean by that? What happened after I died last time?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Hmm.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
No,
Or
she's
does
not.
she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I don't think so either, Queenie. What happened after I died last time? How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Maybe.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
That's true as well.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then
This
let me help you.
is
I'll start
very
with the
puzzling.
cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Those are
That
cons.
doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
What a... Let's see. I'm like, giving you a weapon, you realize I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to trust me, right? I'm not giving you a weapon. I can cut you out of here. I'm like... The other chain on the wall, who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
The
I hope
faces
I
she
don't
made.
actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Slide it over.
Let's
No.
do it.
Absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
But this is what you
We
did
tried
last
this
time.
last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, already tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little.
At
I
least
think
he's
you got
honest.
your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor.
I'm curious to see
The
what
princess
happens.
maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
What is going to happen
Thanks.
here?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
No.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free.
Okay.
It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Well, I mean, we slayed the princess.
Princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
Thank you, skeptic.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward. Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin and claim your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
And then we die.
Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
She is still alive.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already...
So what's gonna happen?
Over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
No, we're kind of getting a fade of
Thanks for
blackness.
carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Okay. Well, you didn't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
If there's even a her to find anymore.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. It is. Does that mean the world ended?
It must have. Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like?
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I have no other option.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
you reach for it, they're gone. The mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. The body. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You go back to the cabin. You're at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of it. Is this the end of the world? Are you what? Sent me to slay the princess? Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Kinda.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Yeah, those are all
Yes.
true emotions.
Nerves and fibers to feel the
What are we
worlds
doing
beyond.
here?
Perspectives to make my own. This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer. How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Limbo.
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Okay.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Alright.
Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow. If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
What the fuck? I want to see if the images will change. Because it's giving me no choice. So what happens if I wait? I know the last time if you waited it out, it like changes the screen. I don't want to wait that long.
I see you have returned to me. Days mean nothing in the maw of forever. I never left your side. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. A clever heart.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the
The real Slay the Princess that's here. You'll know it when you see it. So I'm gonna save here. So I want to save there. I'm gonna load. God. No, I don't want to spoil anything for myself, so fuck it. I am really excited to see where this takes, like where this goes. Sorry, hi. It is like 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'm deadbeat tired. I'm gonna end this episode here, but I'm thinking of making each video roughly one run through to see how many videos it will take for me to solve this story. Cause I'm guessing I'm going to have to go and do multiple run-throughs of chapters 1 and 2 before I finally unlock a chapter 3. I don't, at this given moment, believe there is any way for me to progress past chapter 2. I think no matter what, I'll always end at a point where, like, the end of the world will happen, but I'll have to look into the mirror. I think the mirror is a big point into getting to that version of her. But I think the next time I see the mirror in the cabin, I'm going to look at the mirror. Because I don't think the mirror will bring about an immediate end of the game. Because the narrator doesn't see the mirror. But obviously the mirror is connected to the final form of the princess. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I am deadbeat tired again. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I promise the next episode will be so much better. Toodaloo, everybody.